And today we're very happy and pleased to have our super guest, Pat, to join with us for our podcast. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, Pat. So I think I'm the host and I'm the part-time technology matchmaker. Today's guest is, there's someone I met at a networking event who lives in a high stress, high caffeine universe of accounting. Patrick, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. And welcome to the land of external deadlines and unlimited espresso shots.
Yeah.
I'm Patrick from Patrick Accounting, where caffeine is currency and Excel never sleeps.
Yeah, Pat, when we first met, I just recap, you told me that you've been seeing more laptops, die from, spill drinks than hardware values, including the time, client turned a conference table into a swimming pool. How's that sound? What happened?
Well, we were sitting there doing this presentation, and suddenly the water went from the bottle. I always find if you're sitting next to the bottle, you will always spill it.
Wow.
And so that's what happened here.
And the meeting is suddenly just, frozen.
Well, the meeting freezes, but more importantly, the language can be bad.
Okay, I can tell that. Yeah, okay. And, instead of everyone moving things out of the way, you all just froze, right? Just like I mentioned.
Yeah. So people don't know what to do don't know how to react, because it could be the first time we've all met.
Especially if the meeting is so important. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It always happens at the wrong time.
Right. So that's when we say, okay, you need to back up. And we gave you a RuggON Source 7 to test. So what do you think about Source 7?
To me, it was an eye-opener that it was so rugged.
Yep.
And was able to survive this spill, and as we'll talk later, many others.
Right.
So, as I say, between client calls, time zones, and coffee tsunamis flying across the table, it went through everything.
Exactly.
So that's...
We call that rocket validation.
Right.
Yeah, accounting edition.
Well, trust me, we found it remarkably durable and resistant to most things we can throw at it.
Okay. And for this product, ID looking, I think it's pretty good. Looks pretty good, right?
Yeah, it looks good, but the most important thing is it does the job. We don't have to worry about it.
Right.
So that's the good thing.
It also can fit in your briefcase.
Well, briefcase, backpack, wherever.
Nice. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So let me guess. Rooms full of water bottles and coffee cups just waiting for the moment to attack. Is that, frequent happen during your daytime job? In the office?
Well, it happens in the office. It happens at home. It happens even if I'm out work in a restaurant.
Okay, even in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you guys might have a meeting in the restaurant or coffee shop, right?
Well, we could have the meeting in the restaurant or the coffee shop, or we could just be eating dinner and suddenly
anywhere
you reach out and bang.
Okay. Yeah. And then everything. Okay, let's say when the disaster happened in the office. So when disaster happened, the IT shows up with the emergency rise back solution. Can you tell me more about this thing?
Well, they show up and they try to, using the rice bag solution, they try to get rid of the water, especially from the laptop.
Okay, only to the laptop.
Yeah. You're mopping everything up and they're trying to clean your laptop off.
Okay.
and it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It
And
doesn't
what about
work.
if the laptop died? Well, what are they gonna say?
See you tomorrow.
All right. Okay. And that's exactly why Rocky tablets finally check for you, right?
Yep. Yep. We had a total disaster set up in an outdoor meeting with a client last month.
Right.
We were reviewing the backup files on the Sol at a cafe, and in the middle of the discussion, the client, as I said, knocked over a whole bottle of water,
Yeah.
and it went everywhere.
I can remember
Full
your face.
waterfall.
Yeah, I can remember your face. You froze like someone pressed the pause button, right?
Oh, yeah, I thought that was it. I thought we were done, but the Sol 7 just shrugged it off. IP65 spill proof, and the screen didn't even blink. We wiped it down, it kept going, and the backup files loaded like nothing had happened.
Yeah. So try that with the regular laptop. That thing wouldn't be immediately declared legally dead.
Yep, exactly. But with the rugged device, we didn't panic. It was drop proof, spill proof,
Right.
scratch proof. So all I now do is put it in the backpack. I can use it standing up on the table. It survives real life. It survives everyday shocks.
Yeah. And sometimes everyone dives under the table hunting for outlets like it's a treasure hunt.
Yeah,
What do you think about this?
that's so true, because it's not every meeting room has the sockets along the table.
Right.
So we're then diving underneath, and you can't find it, and it just is embarrassing. And so when you've got a laptop that doesn't give up,
Yeah, I can tell that. Exactly, and then that's where Rocket wins, always wins. It can be survived anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Especially for harsh environment, right?
well, I think that's what it's really built for.
Yeah, and also because you can see like lightweight, durable, long life batteries, zero power initially, and the 1,000 nits sunlight readable display is also a benefit in the total lifesaver outdoors. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, because you never know what you're going to meet outdoors, right?
Right.
And so one day a kid was kicking the football near the table where we were doing a presentation,
Yeah.
and it went straight for the device. If that was a regular laptop, it would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
But the rugged Sol 7 just took the hit like it was part of the durability test, not even scratching.
Okay. We were just focused on the laptop. So what do you think about we are talking about we are talking about Source 7. It's a Rocky tablet. So what do you think about the detachable keyboard?
Well, I think that's useful because sometimes you don't need it, so you can just leave it to one side and concentrate on the mouse. And so that's its biggest difference. It can be, as we say, it can be a full laptop, tablet, and full workstation. Okay? And when I need to type fast, I can just pull up spreadsheets,
Yep.
copy numbers, sign docs, leave the keyboard on. When I need to walk to another floor or present standing up, click and the keyboard comes off and everything is super light and easy to carry.
Yeah. So we can say that our Source 7 is kind of like transformer. Okay. It can be a laptop. It can be a Rocket tablet only, right? It depends on any different purpose.
Well, it depends on different purposes, and it depends also on different different environments, inside, outside,
Yeah.
up
yeah,
or down.
Yeah.
So
Agree.
so it's great.
So try doing that with the laptop. It becomes a clunky metal tray glued to your hands. Do you
Yeah.
agree? Yeah.
I agree. It's just easy to use in any environment, whether you've got a small room or a small table,
Mm-hmm.
or whether you're trying to balance everything.
Right.
And the detachable keyboard really makes it smooth. It's not like wrestling with a laptop on a crowded table.
Yeah, I think it's also pretty easy to, install and put in your briefcase or something. Yeah, or
Well,
even backpack.
it's easy to install, it's easy to carry around,
Right.
and it's easy also to just, well, it just makes life easier
Mm-hmm.
all round.
Lovely, lovely. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a rugged isn't about being military tough. It's about being real work tough. Okay.
Yeah.
Sun glare, flying soccer balls, spilled coffee, cramped meeting spaces. Soul 7 can handle it at all.
Yeah, and also the good thing about it also is that it it doesn't take time to adjust to the lighting. You know, you can be outside in a very bright environment,
Right.
and you can still read the screen.
Of course.
Most other laptops you can't do that. You've
Right.
got to get it sheltered.
You get the
So,
point.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And the more we talk about rugged device, the more I realize, this isn't just an, accounting story, my friend. Rugged tech wasn't invented for just office. It came from environment, just like we mentioned before, if a device fails, the whole operation falls apart.
Totally, every time. And so when I shared my experience with some friends in other
Yes.
professions, they were saying, wait, that's exactly what we need. Something to use inside and outside.
Yep. So take architects and construction project managers, for example. Let's say, okay, half their meetings happen on job site. Okay, out of the door. That means
Yep.
okay, walking through dust, wind, rain, climbing, scaffolding, reviewing floor plans outdoors. If a device drops or the screen cracks, the whole inspections gets delayed.
Yeah, you can add interior designers to that,
Oh, right.
people who constantly switch between site visits, showrooms, and client homes. They're trying to review renderings while someone is drilling into a wall next to them. Not exactly the best environment
Right.
for a fragile consumer tablet.
That's true. That's true. Totally agree. And lawyers on the go, what do you think? Running between, courthouses and reviewing documents in hallways, signing contract in the elevators sometimes, okay? Juggling clients and paperwork. If the battery dies in mid-session, that's not an inconvenience and also embarrassing, right?
Yep.
So that's a case postponed. So
Well,
what do you think?
Well, it's the same for all people, whether you're lawyers, same for consultants,
Right.
same for financial advisors who are living out of airports and coffee shops, working on moving deadlines while they're trying to travel between the clients. Also traveling between different time zones. And so one bad disconnect
Right.
and everything costs you great money because you are embarrassed in front of the client,
That's the point.
and that's something you should never be.
Yeah. Okay, and the field inspectors and compliance auditors, they're often outdoors around equipment, heat, rain, and construction noise. So they can't worry about babying the device. They couldn't, and they just needed to work.
Exactly, and for them, that's critical. A coffee spill in a is really feels harmless.
Yeah, cows, huh? So whether it's a cappuccino tsunami or a contract signing on the back on a moving truck, the bottom line is the same. Value is expensive
All the time.
all the time.
And these professions really know that reliability always beats repair. You can't pause a negotiation. You can't stop a design review. Or you can't slow down a safety inspection just because your machine doesn't work.
Right.
And so rugged helps you to avoid all of those situations.
Especially if the meeting is the first time meeting, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh. I doubt that you're gonna have the second chance to have the meeting again. Maybe not, or maybe yes, right?
Well, that's why we always say to people, make sure you check
Yeah,
all your hardware before you start a meeting or a conference or anything.
exactly, exactly. So rugged isn't a niche; it's universal.
Yep.
If your work depends on time, accuracy, mobility, and trust, rugged isn't luxury; it's survival. Survival,
Survival,
yeah,
survival. It's survival and it's also growth.
exactly. Agree.
Yeah.
Agree with you. Yeah. Maybe this is a good time to talk about the tablet you taste, the RuggON, the Soul 7, because this isn't just a tougher version of the consumer tablet. It's purpose to build for people who need reliability anywhere.
Yeah. And the first thing that shocked me was how light it was. I expected to have something bulky and military looking,
Yep.
but it's slim, it's portable, it's easy to carry, one-handed, and it's not pressing on your back with huge weight.
Yeah, I think one hand carry is that important to you? What do you think? Is that a must reason when you purchase a tablet or a laptop?
Well, it's not a must, but it's a very nice thing to have,
Nice to have.
that you can just shut it
Right.
and hold it in one hand while you're
Exactly.
carrying something else. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
So that means like weight means when you are walking around all day, and the Soul 7 is designed for mobility, like a mobile office.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Plus, it runs the latest Intel processor, which means all the accounting software, let's say, okay, ERP, BI dashboard, signature system, it runs all smoothly. It's not just a display screen; it's a real workstation because also the weight is very important to you.
Well, weight is important, but also battery and battery life
Yep.
is critical,
Yes.
especially if you're outside all the time, moving from client to client, job to job. Whereas if you've got a consumer tablet, you're always looking for a power outlet,
Oh yeah.
or you've got to make additional weight by carrying power banks.
Power banks
Oh,
all the time.
and that's even more difficult now when you're flying. You can't
Yeah,
take
you
the power
cannot.
bank with you.
No, 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 not allowed.
Not allowed.
Yeah.
So with Sol 7, the hot swappable batteries mean you just swap and keep going.
Nice.
You have no shutdown time. You have no downtime, as we call it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we just mentioned about the weight and also mentioned about the battery. So what about the sunlight readable? Let's say, okay, 1000 nits brightness. That's that you work in outdoors without looking at like you're standing in a mirror.
Well, what I found with it was that it was readable anyhow you moved it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Even when you were moving from outside to inside,
Yep.
the screen was switching very, very quickly so you can keep reading it. If you've got
Yes. True. That's true.
because it's not only the fact that your eyes
Oh yeah.
take time to adjust
For sure.
for
Yep.
the light and dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fact that it takes a bit longer then to be able to read the screen.
Lovely.
So
Yes.
this really,
Plus, durability matters. Okay, like we mentioned, the military standard 810H IP65. Those are certification. Cover like drop proof, speed proof, dust proof, and in other words, built to take a beating and keep working all the time.
and to suffer and to survive accountants spilling things.
That's right. That's right. You get the point. Exactly. That's the real benchmark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we go any further, I think, hey Pat, I want to talk about you for a minute. What's a real like? What's really like working in the accounting, not the polite, Lincoln version. I want the real version. Give me a real version from you,
The
please.
real version.
A real version, please.
I think the real version is it's a roller coaster where every hill is a deadline and every drop is an unexpected audit request or client request. And the safety bar is held together by the coffee.
Yep.
And so,
So the control cows.
exactly, there are days when you feel like a superhero, that making the numbers line up, solving financial puzzles, helping a client breathe again
Wow.
because he needs the justification for his business. And then there are days when one missing receipt turns into a full-blown crime scene investigation where you're trying to work out, is the client being honest with you?
So what's the pressure like? Can you mention a little bit about it?
Well, most of the time it's constant because today
Yep.
we have so much work and reporting to do, month-end work, month-end reporting, quarter-end reporting. Then we have board presentations. And then once a year we've got the tax season, which is always critical because the time between the end of the year and the tax year is so short.
Right.
And you always feel you're always feeling as though somebody's going to email you with a disaster. And even when everything looks calm, you just know it's the calm before the storm. And so although it's constant, it's fun.
Okay. So I think that goes to the majority of people that do understand accounting. What about something people don't understand about accounting?
Accounting isn't just about numbers. It's about understanding the story they tell you.
Yep.
So it's about work and reputation and decisions. You know, some people think it's just balancing a spreadsheet.
Right.
But you could be making critical decisions for somebody's business and their future. And if something goes wrong, a small mistake can feel huge. You know, people don't realize how much others rely on the accountant.
Agree with you. Yep. So what keeps you going? I mean, what would be the motivation? So push you step ahead.
I like numbers, so that
Okay.
helps.
Yep.
And when you get all the numbers and to reconcile and finally balance, it's like fireworks. And the feeling when the client says, "You saved us," that's worth all the chaos and probably gets you a higher fee.
Yeah. I can tell. Yes. So okay, what's one sentence that describes being an accountant? Can you use one sentence?
One sentence.
Yes.
An accountant is somebody who creates financial statements and is part of a team which is always panicking in the background.
Panicking in the background.
Have we done it right? Have we got the right answer?
Yeah, I love that. People think accounting is a dry, but no, there's a drama, stakes, and then a deadline, and ton of teamwork, huh?
Yeah, there's all of that, but it's really, weirdly, really addictive.
Addictive. Yeah.
You know, do these numbers make sense? Because if they don't make sense, everything else is secondary.
Agree. And with that much pressure on background every day, I imagine there are moments where things go completely sideways. Okay, moments that stay with you.
Yeah, I think it's things stay with you. Like we said, we were in a meeting one day where we had people dialing in from all around the world:
Yep.
Singapore, Germany, the US. Okay,
Yes. Yeah, I'll
and
take that.
and the battery died,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody looked at me and said, "What's happened? Why were you not better prepared?" The only trouble was the charger was in another office,
Yeah.
and we couldn't get it quickly enough.
Yeah, you just mentioned the battery died. I think that is also another disaster, right? Yeah, so exactly. People forget the real expense isn't the hardware, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's downtime. When the device dies and audit stops, meeting pause, payroll gets delayed. Oh my gosh. Lots of disaster happened.
Well, the disasters happen, but it's also the embarrassment,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that it doesn't make you appear to be as professional as you've tried to be.
Yes.
And
Agree.
so, um, and that's the bit that costs you the most money.
Agree. So that's where Rocket Tablet flew up the equation.
Mm-hmm.
People look at the sticker price and say, "Oh, that cost more. Oh, come on, so expensive." But the real number is TCO, total cost of ownership.
Yeah, it's buying it, operating it, maintaining it, getting rid of it.
Yep.
Um, and in today's world, there's not much residual value left. So the real formula is acquisition, operating cost, maintenance cost, and disposal.
Yes. So people always say, a consumer tablet looks cheaper on day one, but after two drops, a broken port, a cracked screen, and losing half a day of productivity, suddenly it's an expensive option. So do you agree with that?
Yeah, and the beauty of rugged tablets is they keep working with long life smart batteries. They have hot swappable power,
Mm-hmm.
military standard 810 hardware, and IP durability.
Yes.
Added to which, we've also got sunlight readable displays and accessories like a stand for outdoor demos and mobile workstation modes.
Yep. Just we talk, which means like fewer repairs, fewer replacement, predictable budget, and device that stay useful for years, not just month.
And that's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's, as we keep referring to the situation,
Yeah,
the question isn't what is the price today,
that's right.
it's what is the cost if it fails tomorrow.
Of course. Yeah. In the end, Rocket isn't about being military tough. It's about being everyday tough, tough enough for real work, real pressure, and real environment. It's about keeping people working reliability anywhere without worrying about dead batteries, broken screens a lot of time.
Yeah, rugged is for accountants, lawyers, designers, architects, consultants, inspectors, anyone whose work depends on trust, detail, and timing. The right device isn't a luxury, it's protection, it's peace of mind.
So that's my question. Another question. Will you introduce or will you suggest your colleagues to take a try for the Soul 7
Every time.
every time?
Every time somebody wants to have a rugged machine that can survive outside and inside, and where it can also survive the many liquid spills we get,
Mm,
then yes.
okay. So you're not just comparing the device only by sticker price. You're missing the real story. Hardware is an investment, but downtime is the real expense. You agree with me, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, well, Pat, welcome to the rocket side. I think where coffee spills are just part of the durable test.
Yep.
So, I think, and before we wrap up, if you're listening, hey, and if you anywhere, and you come from industry with its own version of chaos, we love to hear your story. Whether you're an architect on the job site, or lawyer running between the courtrooms, or the designer reviewing plans outdoors, or a field engineer repairing things in the rain.
And share with us your legendary device failure story, whether it involves concrete, coffee, beer, or just a balcony.
Yep. Come join with us. Share all these stories, okay, from your side, even your victories. Yeah. And I think we want to hear how Rocket Tech could actually support the way you work.
So if you're interested in rugged and in durability, connect with us on our platform. Send in your story and be part of the future episodes.
Yes.
And we'd love to hear how it features in your industry experience.
Because Rugged isn't about a single product. It's about building a community of professionals who work without limit.
Yep.
My friend. See you
See you on the
rugged
rugged
side.
side.
Thank you for today.